Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards 360 Winged Sprint Car Series are live from the longest dirt track on the schedule. We're here at USA International Speedway. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday evening. Well, a record number of car counts for this season for the 360s. We've got nearly 38, almost 30 drivers in attendance here for race number 1 of the 10th round of the season. And ladies and gentlemen, qualifying right now, the first driver to get a lap time in the 222 machine will be Weston Newell with a 19.603. Second is John Batista with a 19.884. On screen is the 777 of Ryan Bueller with a 20.019 and Nathan Davis with a 19.981. We'll see if these drivers improve on their lap times. Weston Newell, well, he's got just under 3/10 quicker than John Batista at the moment. Batista with a 19.884. Bueller with a 19.957 and Nathan Davis with a 19.981. And well, we can confirm this evening we are going to have a C main and also a B main as well. So plenty of racing to come here this evening. Plus we're also going to have a 30 lap main event. Will be twin 30s tonight. So out on the racetrack in car number 58, Zachary Settle in car 58. In car number 37 in the Scott Digital Racing Colby's I-Paint Ultimate Dirt TV number 37, it is Zane Scott. Coming out of turn number 4 in the Logitech car number 5, it's Tyler Curtis. And also on the racetrack, rolling through turns 1 and 2 now in car number 29, Sean McGinniskin. And also out on the racetrack in the Dirt Co Media United Dirt Sim Racing Association, car number 4, Chase Cabray. First lap time for Settle is a 19.983. Zane Scott second quick with a 19.693. Curtis with a 20.063. McGinniskin with a 20.143. And Chase Cabray second quick with a 19.690. Settle with a 19.932, position 5. Scott unable to improve on his lap time. Curtis unable to improve, and McGinniskin with a 20.029. And Chase Cabray, well, his first lap with a 19.690, good enough for second quick here at the moment. So, with nearly 40 cars in attendance here this evening, we take our top 20 to the main event, 21st through to position 29 are locked in the B main. Sorry, 21st to 30th are locked in the B main. 31st on back will be run in a C main. The C main we run over 6 laps. No yellows. We take the top 2, the B main. We have 8 laps and we'll take the top 4 in the back of the main event later this evening. In the Mountain Dew, car number 11, Dennis Nickel in car number 11. In car number 38, rolling down the front straightaway now, it is Brett Strickler. Brett Strickler in car number 38. In the 057, it's Craig Dunn. Craig Dunn in the 057. And in the 127, we got Stephen Hill. And also out on the racetrack in car number 7, it is Dylan Workman. Nickel 10th quick with a 20.363. Now gets bumped back. Brett Strickler up to position number 4 with a 19.783. Dunn with a 20.158. Hill with a 19.898. And Dylan Workman with a 19.918. We'll see how these drivers compare to the other lap times at the moment. Nickel with a 20.357. That's 14th quick. Brett Strickler still 4th quick. Dunn with a 19.893, position number 7. Stephen Hill jumps to position 5 with a 19.840. And Dylan Workman still sitting in 8th quick with a 19.918. As we have our next group of cars to come out onto the racetrack. So an all-time season high for the numbers here for the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series, presented by Bluesphere Corporation. Rolling through turns number 2 right now. In fact, down the back straightaway in the 005 in the Steel Cycle eBay entry, it is Brandon Steele. And the Dirt Co Media United Dirt Sim Racing Association Caliber 18. It's good to see this guy back out on the racetrack. It's Kevin Lovies. Rolling through turns 4 right now in the DTB Dirt Track and Bastards, Dirty Old Bastards, Blue Sphere number 21, Tyler Henselman. Behind him through turns 1 and 2 in the 003 entry, Robert Mueller. And also out onto the racetrack in car number 77, we have Aaron Schaefer. Brandon Steele, 15th quick with a 20.394. Kevin Lovies with a 20.042. Henselman with a 20.124. Mueller with a 20.057. And Schaefer with a 20.166. Brandon Steele improves to position 12 with a 20.010. Lovies improves to position 8 with a 19.903. Henselman improves time-wise, 17th quick with a 20.088. Robert Mueller doesn't improve. And Aaron Schaefer with a 20.166, 18th quick. So right now, 19 cars have officially taken a time here around the USA International Speedway. As we're probably about halfway through qualifying. Right now, there is still a ton of guys to qualify. In turns 1 and 2 right now, very slow pace there for that number 93. It's Chris Roberts. Chris Roberts in car number 93. Rolling in turns 1 and 2 now on the 06 machine. In the Wycoats Livestock Sandoz 06, it is Kyle Scott. In car number 34, the RMD machine, it's Tom Leck. In the LNS Express, car number 9, Drew Neal. And in car number 88, we've got John Harper. So Roberts will be the first of these 5 drivers to put down a qualifying effort in this group. We'll wait for the times to come through right now. Chris Roberts with a 19.180. That's 19th quick. Kyle Scott, position 14 with a 20.018. Leak with a 20.389. Drew Neal, 18th quick with a 20.067. And Harper with a 20.189. Roberts, can he improve on his lap? No, he doesn't. Sits 21st, so he's already in a B main. Scott does not improve, nor does Leak. Drew Neal will not improve, and John Harper with a 19.901, position number 8 in that number 88 machine. So at the moment, he's firmly locked himself into the main event, but we've still got quite a number of cars to come out and qualify. And I believe it was the, there we go, the Burke Tech Beer Hill Gang at car number 41. This will be Bill Rocky. Bill Rocky in car number 41. And the Dirt Co Media United Dirt Sim Racing Association, number 95, Dakota Kuhn. In the SETI Group, number 97, Matthew Henninger. Matthew Henninger in car number 97. In car number 92, he's been a live wire over the past couple of months. It's Mike Keegan. And in the UW Motorsports, Colby's iPlates, Ultimate Dirt TV, Next Gen Fab, car number 16, we got Chad Miller. Chad Miller, the last car in this group. Bill Rocky, 23rd quick with a 20.332. Dakota Kuhn, 22nd quick with a 20.168. Henninger at 20.242. Keegan jumps to position 20 with a 20.064. Miller jumps to 17th quick with a 20.046. Bill Rocky, position 15, 20.016. Dakota Kuhn with a 20.084. Henninger with a 20.227. Keegan 20.064, 21st quick, and Chad Miller, 18th quick with a 20.046. At the moment, they are not getting anywhere near Western Newell in that number 222 machine with a 19.603. As we have another bunch of cars rolling out onto the racetrack right now. So 29 cars have officially taken a time. So if all these people are in the server, we are going to have a 42 car field. First car in group number 6. We're going to go with 6. In car number 57 in the Denver Broncos entry, it is Luke Yanez. Luke Yanez in car number 57. In the 310, it'll be Anthony Morano. Anthony Morano in the 310. Out of turn number 2, in car number 30, it is Stephen Calavoda. Stephen Calavoda in car number 30. In the next gen Fab, car number 67, Mark Pinsky. And in the Dirt Co Media United Dirt Sim Racing Association, 59, it will be David Flick. Yanez with a 20.129 on his opening lap. Morano with a 21.018. Calavoda 20.018, 17th quick. Pinsky with a 20.050 and David Flick with a 20.026. Yanez will not improve. Morano does with a 20.861. Calavoda, on his first lap, 20.018. Pinsky will not improve on lap time, nor does David Flick. So at the moment, still with 8 cars supposedly to come out and qualify. So pretty much Zachary Settle in 11th quick. He is all but secured a spot in tonight's main event. As has Ryan Bueller. So Nathan Davis, well, if these last 8 cars were to go better than a 19.981, that would bump Nathan Davis on the bubble. On the bubble at the moment in car number 16, it is Chad Miller. So Miller on the bubble. On the racetrack through turns 1 and 2 right now on the 331, it is Ted Liette. In car number 27, in the Nice Energy Drink, it is Logan Christensen. In car number 24, out of turn number 2, Ryan Martin. In the 090 in the Black Diamond Motorsports, it is Trevor Royer. And in the 360 entry, in the KC's General Store, it is Jamie Wallace. Also on the racetrack in the 197, Rocky Battenfield. And then we go back to Ted Liette, who goes 5th quick with a 19.804. He went quicker on his second lap. Christensen, 7th quick with a 19.880. Trying to get other times here. Ryan Martin, 34th quick with a 20.189. Trevor Royer, 16th with a 20.007. Wallace with a 20.228. Battenfield with a 20.240. And we have our final car. In fact, we're meant to have 2 cars in this one. Michael Sheridan maybe not making the call for this one, but the lone car in this one. And Stephen Calavoda on the bubble right now with a 20.018. In car number 22, and they call his iPads Next Gen Fab at number 22, it is Jason Nygaard. Jason Nygaard in car number 22. He's got the track all to himself. If he can put it into the top 20, it'll bump Stephen Calavoda into a B main, and we'll have a look at the time coming through. 6th quick with a 19.816. Well, Stephen Calavoda, now he was inside the last spot in tonight's A main, but he gets bumped back to position 21. So that concludes qualifying here. And we have a look. We won't be able to have a look, but I'll be able to let you know who is where. Ted Liette, 5th quick. So we go back to Western Newell, Chase Cabrera, Zane Scott, Brett Strickler, and Ted Liette, your top 5. Jason Nygaard, Stephen Hill, Logan Christensen, John Batista, and Craig Dunn, your top 10. 11th is John Harper, 12th, Kevin Loveys, 13th, Dylan Workman, 14th, Zachary Settle, 15th, Ryan Bueller, 16th, Nathan Davis, 17th, Trevor Royer, 18th, Brandon Steele, 19th, Bill Rocky, your 20th car to directly transfer to the main event in the 06 machine. It'll be Kyle Scott. Our B-main lineup will consist of Stephen Calvater, David Flick, Sean McGinniskin, Chad Miller, Mark Pinsky, Robert Mueller, Tyler Curtis, Mike Keegan, Drew Neal, Dakota Kuhn, and 2 of your C-main transferees. The C-main will line up like this in car number 21, Tyler Henselman. He will start on the front row alongside the 57 of Luke Yanez. Aaron Schaefer and Chris Roberts will be in row number 2. In row 3, it'll be Ryan Martin and Matthew Henninger. Row 4, Jamie Wallace, Rocky Battenfield. Row 5, Dennis Nickel, Tom Leck. Row 6, Anthony Morano, and I don't think Michael Sheridan, as I said, is on the call for this evening. Here we go. So Tyler Henselman will line up on the front row. Yes, Zane, 41 cars. It's probably one of the biggest fields that they have ever assembled here in the 360. Certainly the biggest field this season so far. It's a monster field as some of the cars starting to come through the back of the pack right now. So, in fact, 42 cars. There is 12 of Michael Sheridan. So, this is a C main. Yes, you heard that correctly. A C main. This will consist of 6 laps around the USA International Speedway. There will be no cautions, so if you're involved in a wreck, your night is pretty much over. The top 2 is where you want to be. The top 2 will advance to the back of the B main. The B main will be straight up after this race. In fact, you know what? We're going to take the overlay off, just because it might screw with some people. As not all these drivers are in this one from the overlay. We'll have it back up for you for the main event for sure. All right, on the green we should be on right now. Henselman, Yanez, Schaefer, Roberts, Martin, Henninger, Wallace, I think Battenfield there as well. Nickel, Leck, Morano, and Sheridan. Keep an eye on the 12 of Sheridan coming from position number 12. On the outside of the 6th row, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get after it in the C main here this evening, and we are green. Henselman will lead the opening turn. Schaefer tried to make a move through turns at number 1 and 2, but here comes Ryan Martin now. Martin, he gets into the back of the 77. That pushes the 77 up into Tyler Henselman, and Henselman goes upside down. That all started from the 24. The 24 of Ryan Martin. He slides into the race lead. Schaefer in second. Roberts in third. You go back to Yanez, Wallace, Henninger. And they are 3 wide in turns 3 and 4 right now. 2 down, 4 to run. So at the moment, Roberts, if he wants to have a chance at this championship, he needs to get a move on right now. Coming up to the halfway stage of this one. 3 down, 3 to run. Here in the C main. Yes, you heard that correctly. A C main with 12 cars. An epic turnout here for race number 1 of the 10th round. 3rd last round of the season. And this is your battle on screen. And this is also for the transfer spot. The 77 of Schaefer. He has that one. Aaron Schaefer in that 77. And you see Roberts on screen. Just trying to work to the inside now. 2 more to run. Roberts tries the outside in turns 3 and 4. Schaefer sliding up to the top of the racetrack. Roberts has got to run. I think 1 more to go. For the final time here in the C main. The Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. Roberts on the inside. Schaefer on the outside. Roberts has got to run. It's a drag race to the line. Schaefer's going to get there. Checkered flag is out. And the 24 of Ryan Munn will pick up the win. Followed by Aaron Schaefer in car number 77. Jamie Wallace will not make the show, nor will Michael Sheridan, Luke Yanez. They're going to miss out. Morano, Leck, Nickel, Battenfield, and Henselman as well. So there it is. Your winner here this evening in car number 24 in the C main, Ryan Martin. Well, he's now going to come from the 6th row in this one as our B main. We'll start to roll out. The order will line up like this. Stephen Calavoda will start on the pole position. Out of position number 2, it'll be the 59 of David Flick. Sean McGinniskin will start out of position 3. To his outside in the 16 will be Chad Miller. Out of position number 5 will be the 67 of Mark Pinsky. Robert Mueller will start out of position number 6. I'll go back to Tyler Curtis and Mike Keegan. Drew Neal, Dakota Kuhn, and Ryan Martin and Aaron Schaefer will line up the back row. So once again, a big thanks to the Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards for allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to cover the action here this evening. Not only this evening, but for the past 9 weeks and basically for the rest of the season as well. There's 3 weeks left, including tonight. I'm going to give a shout out to the Ultimate Dirt TV sponsorship partners. I want to thank Colby's Eye Paints who will bring you tonight's instant replays. So any replays will be brought to you by Colby's Eye Paints. And our starting grid and finishing results are going to be brought to you by SETI Group Holdings. You can check them out on the web at www.sedi.com. That's CEDI.com. And you can check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook as well. Just go to facebook.com/Colby's Eye Paints. Make sure you go to youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. As all of our content is uploaded to YouTube. 8 laps on the board, and Drew Neal already one of these cars that just got caught up on an opening lap incident there. Drew Neal and Ryan Martin. So no yellows here in the B main. Pinsky forcing the issue on Mike Keegan now. Opening lap, Keegan is going to come back underneath him. The top 4 will advance to the main event, and here we go. Calavodia race leader. Flick back there in 2nd. 3rd is Miller. 4th is the 29 of McGinniskin. He's now got pressure from the 003 of Robert Mueller. Oh no, the car upside down. Dakota Kuhn and Aaron Schaefer. As the B main is starting to dwindle down on numbers now. Keegan on the inside. Well, Keegan's been lightning fast over the past sort of 3 or 4 weeks. Oh, Miller! Miller got the wall and he came down on the racetrack. And now Waltlet's going to shuffle things up just a little bit. McGinniskin on the inside of David Flick. And here comes Keegan, 3 wide through the middle of the racetrack. Look at the 92 go. He is hauling 855, the massive slide job. And David Flick, well, that 59 machine, he was smart enough just to cross him over. That was a huge 3-car slider there from the 92 of Mike Keegan. Keegan around the outside of the 003 of Robert Mueller. Five down, 3 to run. We got the main event up next. It'll be 30 laps around the USA International Speedway. And we got 2 laps to go off turn number 4. And your number 30 driver, Stephen Calavoda. He is walking the field with this one, right on the top side of the racetrack. Second is David Flick. Then you go back to Mike Keegan and Robert Mueller in third. Keegan in third and Mueller in fourth. Sorry, my apologies there. And the white flag is out for the number 30. And the TeamVLR.com, the Beer Hill Gang, turn 3 entry. Calavoda, just 2 more corners to negotiate here at the USA International Speedway through the middle in turns 3 and 4. In fact, keep him pinned to the low side, just trying a bit of R&D right now. Maybe might be able to try and utilize something there for the main event. The checkered flag is out. Second will go to David Flick. Third is going to be Keegan. And Robert Mueller will come home in 4th position. Sean McGinniskin, Mark Pinsky, Chad Miller, Drew Neal, Ryan Munn, those drivers, well, they're going to be watching from the grandstands. So that pretty much wraps up preliminary action here from the USA International Speedway for the Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. Well, the time for talk is over. We'll take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole in the 222 machine, it is going to be Weston Newell. To his outside in car number 4, it's Chase Cabray. At a position number 3 in car number 37, Zane Scott. He will line up alongside the 38 of Brett Strickler. At a position 5 in the 331, Ted Liette will line up alongside the 22 of Jason Nygaard. Inside row number 4, the 127 of Stephen Hill. On the outside in car number 27, Logan Christensen. We go back to row number 5 on the inside in car number 35, starting out of position number 9, John Batista, and to his outside in the 057, Craig Dunn starts position number 10. At a position number 11 in car number 88, John Harper. On the outside of the 6th row in car number 18, it's Kevin Lovies. Starting out of position number 13, inside row number 7 will be the 7 machine of Dylan Workman. And to his outside in car number 58, Zachary Settle at a position of 14. At a position number 15 in the 777, Ryan Bueller. He will line up alongside the 036 of Nathan Davis. At a position number 17 in the 090 or 090 entry, it is Trevor Royer. To his outside in the 005 entry, it will be Brandon Steele at a position number 18. Our 10th row. On the inside in car number 41, Bill Rocky. And to the outside, transferring directly from qualifying, it will be Kyle Scott at a position number 20. Position 21 will be made up of the B main winner. Yes, that is Stephen Calavoda. And to his outside will be David Flick in car number 52. We'll then go back to Mike Keegan at a position 23. And Robert Mueller will start at a position number 24. That brings our 24 car field narrowed down from 42 to 24. 30 laps on the board, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get after it. Round number 10, race 1. Here at the USA International Speedway. We get set to launch off turn number 4. It's Western Yule's race to start. Let's get dirty for 30. And we are green here at USA. The drivers start to make their way through turns 1 and 2. And everybody so far making their way through turns 1 and 2. There's a lot of 3 wide racing right now. Look at Batista on the inside. Stephen Hill. There's a big crash. There's a monster crash there towards the back of the field. And this just had heartbreak written all over it. Trevor Royer in the 090. We'll take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. Let's see if we can't figure out what happened there. The Royer catches the inside wall. I'm trying to find who's in that green car. Is that the 58? Zachary Settle was involved in that one. So just trying to have a look. So just behind us there, that 3 wide action, Zach Settle. Davis involved in that one. And also the 777 of Ryan Bueller. So big thanks to Colby's Eye Paints for bringing you the instant replays for the rest of the season and all of next season. We're proud to have Colby's Eye Paints on board along with SETI Group Holdings.
The green guys, tighten up, single file, white flag lap 33. Leader may fire anytime after the...
So there you have it, white flag lap number 33. So the overlay up the top will work. And it will show all drivers that are in the server. But we've only got our top 24 on the racetrack. So white flag will come out at lap 33. And that just gives these guys a chance to run 30 green flag laps. So here we go. Back after it again. Western Yule, Chase Cabre, Zane Scott, Ted Liett, and Brett Strickler. Your top 5 slow pace through turns 3 and 4. He gets on the gas. And the green flag is back out onto the racetrack. So we see a challenge for third place right now. Liette now looking for the inside of Zane Scott. He can't make the pass off turn number 2. Batista and Christensen work side by side. Through turns 3 and 4 right now. Christensen loses a spot. Strickland now under pressure here from the 35. That's Batista working to the outside. He's going to pick up that spot. So Batista now up into position number 5. Oh, Cabray with a massive mistake there. And he's now going to lose a spot to the 37 of Zane Scott. And they go side by side. The yellow flag is out. So we have a look at the 003 entry. Oh no, there's Brandon Steele upside down. So we're now just trying to find out what happened here. The car's on the front stretch, so there's the 005 of Brandon Steele. We'll see if we can get that one to you there. Okay, there we go. Started with the 18 of Kevin Lovey's. Logan Christensen climbs the wall, came down into Kevin Lovey's. Lovey's got hit from behind by Dunn Davis. And this ended up with Brandon Steele going upside down. Broken rear end on that race car on the 005. Well, unfortunately, he's out of the event on this one. An early couple of cautions here at USA. The lights are still flashing on the pace truck, I believe. Indeed they are. So the lights will be turned off this time by. So 3/4 of a mile. 0.75. This track is in distance. It's kind of like a Martinsville with just a bit of dirt thrown on top. It's got these long straightaways and these tight, sharp corners in turns 3 and 4. And these drivers have to be careful of that. You know, a number of things. Obviously, the cushion, the wall. I mean, ruts forming going into the entry to turns 1 and 3. Bumps down the straightaway.
They pass that first.
So, been a longer track tonight. We obviously use up a little bit more time. So there is a time limit on tonight's race, and standing at the moment, we've got 24 minutes left, or unless we can get the full amount of the 30 laps in under green flag conditions. So time at the moment not an issue, but there is a timer on these events. So these drivers, yes, they might be competing against laps, but they also compete against a clock as well. Western Newell leads Zane Scott and Chase Cabray. White flag, lap number 36. We're back underway here at USA. Batista and the 331 of Ted Liette. They were side by side. Now look at Batista now. Works to the outside. Had to get on the get off the gas there a little bit there to stop from running into the back of Chase Cabray. As there's a nice little side-by-side battle, Liette and Strickler. And here comes Calavoda. Now, Calavoda has made his way almost into the top 10. As Stephen Hill, he's climbing the wall down the back straightaway. Settle almost got into the back of him. So, Calavoda at the moment in position number 9 from that 21st starting spot. So, a great drive by that number 30 driver. Stephen Hill, what a pack that is right there. They were 3 wide again. They still continue to run 2 wide for quite some time. Well, battle is on for the race lead. Now here comes Zane Scott. Zane Scott has now taken over the race lead. He literally drives it up to the cushion on the entry into turn number 1. That meant Western Newell had to put the slide jump and crossover as they went into turn number 1 and 2. Great race for first and second, and then you go back behind them. Now you got Cabray and Batista. Gonna make this a 4-car battle for the race lead. And things are about to heat up right now in turns number 1 and 2. Western New with a slider on Scott. Scott comes back underneath. Look at this. 2 by 2 for your top 4 spots. Batista was on the inside. Oh no! Cabray climbs the wall. Western New got into the wall. And how about that? Brett Strickler runs the bottom and picks up 2 spots, going from 5th to 3rd. You got to feel for Western New and Cabray. They both climbed the wall. In fact, Cabray, he might be back in the pits already in that number 4 machine. He is too. His night is done. Some rear end damage sustained on that number 4 machine. And what has happened to Zane Scott? Zane Scott must have climbed the wall, must have got contact with the wall. Because now this is John Batista. He is now at the front of the field. I think he come from row 5 or 6. So Batista leading this one. Strickler in second by about 6 or 7 car lengths. Then you go back to Zane Scott back there in third. Oh, jumps the cushion again. He climbs the wall. There's probably some rear end damage on that 37 machine. We'll see if he can get it off the racetrack. Ted Liette and Western Newell side by side. Here's Dylan Workman in car number 7. He's in your 5th spot. So a nice little top 5 there for Dylan Workman. And it looks like Strickler is starting to catch up to the 35 of John Batista. Slowly but surely, the yellow flag is out. Scott going back to the pits as Kyle Scott, I think, coming out onto the racetrack, and Zach Settle. As we have a look at our Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay here. See what happens. So there we just see already going upside down. Oh, Keegan just literally drilled the back of John Harper there. And that sent the 88 down to the infield. And we'll have a look at a slow motion of that one. So you see the 92 just getting a run here on the 88, but oh, the left rear. In fact, you know what? We're going to have a look at that from the cockpit point of view of Mike Keegan, if I could find him, the 92. So here's a run. So this is in slow motion right now. So the 88 comes up. Keegan just tags the back of him, and you see those 2 cars just on the left. And that's the reason for the cautions. So big thanks to the Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay.
One to green, guys. Tighten up. Single file. Leader may fire any time after the pace truck pulls off of the track. Then they pass that first red line outside of turn 4. White flag lap 39. So it's like 15 to go.
Alright, so we're almost at the halfway stage of this one. 16 to run. John Batista, your leader. Brett Strickler in second, and Western Newell in third. You're back to Ted Liette, Dylan Workman, Mike Keegan, Stephen Calavoda. Here we go, green flag is back out, and Batista resumes the race in control, and he tries to put that gap between himself and Strickler. Meanwhile, Western Newell had a shot at Strickler in turns 1 and 2. So this track, oh, Dylan Workman into the fence. We all get around him. Well done, boys. Strickler now on the outside. Western Newell on the low side in turns number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Keep an eye on the 30 of Calavoda, looking for a top 5. Look like he's missing that front wing, so that car's going to be very, very tight. As here comes Dave Flick in the 59. Working on the inside. Oh, we got a car upside down. I think that's the 38 of Brett Strickler. It is 38 of Brett Strickler upside down. We'll take a look at a Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay and see what happened here to the 38. Just jumped the cushion and got into the wall. And oh boy, that is a hard, hard ride for the 38. So we'll go inside the cockpit here. Jumps the cushion and it's just hang on, and right then is when you know that this was not meant to be. In fact, let's get a replay from the right rear suspension and you'll just see how much that car just jumps the cushion. And about there, and you just see it collect the wall big time. We'll take a look one more time at Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay. This time we're going to look from just above the driver's cabin. Yeah. When you see sky dirt, it's never a good sign. Unfortunately for Brett Strickler, that will mean his night is done for. He's on the back of the tow truck, the virtual tow truck. So Batista, your race leader, Western Newell and Ted Liett, your top 3, Mike Keegan, Stephen Calavoda, David Flick, Ryan Bueller, Craig Dunn, Robert Mueller, and Stephen Hill, your top 10.
Tighten up, single file, white flag lap 42.
White flag lap number 42, Dylan Workman in 11th, Bill Rocky in 12th, and there are your 12 cars left on the lead lap. We got Brett Strickler back in the pits, I believe, as is Harper, Zane Scott, Zach Settle, Cabray Davis, Kyle Scott, Lovies. Here we go. John Batista, white flag, lap number 42. So we should have 14 laps remaining. Zane Scott selling some t-shirts. If you want to order your t-shirts, head over to Scott Digital Racing and put in your order. Pace truck in, Batista on the gas, Western Newell trying to time that start to where he gets a good run on Batista going into turns 1 and 2 now. Newell runs the low side in 1 and 2. Here comes a 331 of Ted Liett now. Liett's got a run. He now goes to the bottom side. Is he going to slide up in front of Western Newell? There it is. Slide job complete. Newell crosses underneath him and gets a little bit out of shape. He's going to lose a spot to Keegan here. And now he's got Calavoda and David Flick pressuring from behind. Keegan and Newell side by side for the final podium spot. Calavoda and David Flick behind them. You just see the run that, man, Batista gets. Coming off turn number 4 that time. So Batista rolling that top side of the racetrack. And the battle is still on as Keegan, he's got to run. I think Western Newell, I'm not sure if he feels comfortable up on top of the racetrack. He's trying to get that bottom side working in right now. But, well, I think it's safe to say that it's fairly even on top and bottom with the amount of number of cars that are running on there. 10 laps to go. And now Western Newell now going to throw the big slider in. Oh, Keegan into the wall. Oh, how did they all make it through that? Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, take a bow. That was a recipe for disaster. And the fire in the kitchen just got extinguished. Western Newell back to position number 3. Stephen Calavoda in that 4th spot on the racetrack. Now remember, he won the B main, so he started position 21 looking to pick up tonight's hard charger. We don't have a sponsor for that one, but if you want to sponsor a hard charger award, get in contact with Ultimate Dirt TV. We can certainly work something out. Well, Batista, he is just gone. There is now literally daylight. You can just see how much he's nearly got 3/4 of a back straightaway on Ted Liet in that 3:31. And now Liet, he's not slow. He's faster than just that gap so far. It was just huge. Now I'm going to say, well, there it is. Look at that. We're right on top of the action here. Craig Dunn, Keegan, and the 777. In fact, Dunn got around that. The 003 as well. So Ryan Bueller, Robert Mueller, they were both involved along with Keegan. As we just have a look here, and it you got tight, you got loose, got tight, and well, unfortunately for these guys at the back. So in fact, we'll have a look from the 057's cockpit view here. So on board, you can see the car just in front of him, just comes up. Well, Dunn done the right thing. He almost got goofed. So this is on board here with Robert Mueller. Had nowhere to go in the 003 entry. Doesn't go. None of these cars, in fact, went upside down. So big thanks to Colby's Eye Paints for bringing you all the instant replays here this evening. As the action on the back stretch was nothing short of chaotic. Lights are out, 1 to green.
Tighten up, single file, white flag, lap 45. Once again, leader may fire anytime after the truck pulls off of the track. Then they pass that first red line outside of turn 4. It's going to be
7?
6 to go.
6 to go.
And after the checker flag, if you guys...
6 to go. So just under 5 miles, 4.5 miles to run. Well, that might seem like an eternity, and well, hopefully with 20, it's probably going to take about another at least 3 minutes anyway, or 2 minutes anyway, because 20 seconds a lap. Here we go. Batista, the race leader. 6 to run.
Green flag.
Liet, well, could he have one more chance at trying to make this work? Western Yule trying to make it work on the low side of the racetrack. Calavoda now looking to get a run. You just see that front end bouncing all the way down the back straight away. So this track is very tricky. It is so technical right now. Oh, there's contact between Flick and Hill, and they both keep it up. Oh, I wouldn't say keep it up each other, but they both kept it going. 5 to run. Through turns 3 and 4. Make that 4 to run now for your race leader, the 35 of John Batista. Second is Ted Liet. Western Yule in third, and Stephen Calavoda in fourth. Down the back straight away, you're watching Calavoda in that 30 entry right now. Rolling the top side of the cushion. 3 laps to run. Calavoda, well, you can see that he turns the wheel hard right to get that car on top of the cushion through turns 1 and 2. And look at those cars literally just bouncing down the back straightaway. 2 to run for Batista. Looking like he might just hang on. 6 car lengths between him and Ted Liet. Western Yule looking to put in 2 solid laps here to hold on to a final podium spot. Here comes Calavoda on the outside. The white flag is out. For the final time in race number 1, the white flag. Batista through turns 1 and 2. Through turns 3 and 4, ladies and gentlemen, John Batista. He will grab the win. Second, we'll go to Ted Liet. Third is going to be Western Yule. Fourth, Calavoda. Then you go back to Dunn, Workman, Hill, Bueller, Flick, Mueller, and there we go. Whoo boy. The cars stop on the back straightaway. Let's take a look at our City Group Holdings finishing results. The win went to John Batista after starting position number 9. Ted Liette will grab a second. Third is going to be Western Newell from 21st. Stephen Calavoda. Fifth went to Craig Dunn. Dylan Workman from 13th to 6th. Stephen Hill finishes in 7th. Ryan Bueller from 15th to 8th. David Flick from 22nd to position number 9. Robert Mueller from position 23. Yes, it says 26. That's off his qualifying times, but finished third in, or even fourth in the B-Man, so 24th up to position number 10. We go over the page. Mike Keegan comes home from position 23rd in 11th. Bill Rocky, Kyle Scott, Brett Strickler, Kevin Lovey's your 15th finisher. John Harper, Zachary Settle, Zane Scott, Chase Cabray, Nathan Davis, your top 20. And then Brandon Steele, Logan Christensen, Trevor Royer. In fact, Royer didn't get too many laps in. So that was our finishers here. So we'll have a chat to, hopefully, our podium here. So well done to John Batista on the win. Give me just a few moments to sort out a few things. That's the wrong button. So in fact, we got all of our podium here, which is lovely to see. And we'll have a chat with the driver who started on pole and comes home to the third place. Western Newell. Western, congratulations on a third place, man. That looked like a tough racetrack out there.
Yeah, that was a handful, man. I was just proud to bring the car home in one piece.
Hey, you led for a couple of laps there at the start, but you sort of got run down by Zane Scott, and then all of a sudden, one little mistake and it cost you a couple of spots.
Yeah, I honestly had my car set up to run the bottom. I was hoping that the top would get blown off a little quicker than it did and get a little rougher, but the track was rough, but credit to those guys. They just railed the top. They had the balls to do it, so.
That looked like a cushion and some ruts looking through sort of turns 1 and 2. Was that the way that the racetrack felt out there, or was it pretty much just all cushion and ruts sort of going on the entry into turns 1 and 3?
Oh, there was definitely some ruts going into 1 and 2. When the track's tacky right there, the cars get so sideways at that point that it really slicks off and throws up a lot of dirt on entry right there in 1 and 2. So a really big bump builds up. It makes it really tricky on entry.
Well, congratulations on a third place, and why don't you thank the people that make it all happen for you?
Yeah, of course. First off, I'd like to thank Ultimate Dirt TV, Dirty Old Bastards, Blue Spear. I'd like to thank all my teammates, SWC Racing, Kyle Stevens at deadhead.com.au. Thanks, guys.
All right, Western Newell comes home in third place. Coming home in second place tonight, the 331 of Ted Liette. Ted, congratulations on a second. Well, you had a couple of chances there towards the end of that race to try and battle there with John, but in the end he was just too good. So second, well, that's going to have to do for this evening.
Yeah, I didn't have nothing for John. I was just trying to run a good line. Just felt pretty comfortable there in the middle, but John was checked out.
What did you make of this racetrack here this afternoon?
I liked it. I wanted to get up on the wall, but I didn't want to take the chance, and I should have probably tried the low side, but I just felt like there was a lot of grip right there in the middle for me. That's where I felt the best.
Well, you come home with a second place, yes, a good result for you. And I mean, out of a field of 42 cars, I mean, you got to be happy, about where you finished and where you started at the night as well.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I didn't practice that well, and then qualifying, I kind of went out late. Thought the track would be bad, but I actually did turn a pretty good lap for going out late. So I was, put myself up front there, and track position means a lot.
All right, bud. We'll done on second place, and why don't you thank the sponsors before we let you get out of here?
I want to thank you, first of all, Brett, and Ultimate Dirt TV for what they do for the broadcast. Like to thank Chris Roberts and Dirty Old Bastards for putting this on. All my TSR teammates for the setup helps. Drew Neal at 19 Design for painting my cars up. And I want to give a shout out to Kobe Allison Racing in Lima, Ohio.
All right, Tedbert comes away with a second place. And well, he started on the 5th row, and after about 15 laps, he had the lead, and well, he just never looked back. John Batista, first of all, congratulations on the win. You must be so excited to pick up the victory here this evening.
For sure, it was kind of a messy one there at the beginning. I think I made contact with every car I passed in some way, and then from after the first 2 or 3 passes, it was just letting people in front of me duke it out and get into the wall. So I was able to get the last 4 spots, I think, to the lead. Unfortunately for Zane and Weston, they had a bit of a collision there that took them both out. But sometimes you just got to capitalize on other people's mistakes.
Now, talk about this cushion here this evening, and how tough is it to run? Knowing that you're pretty much centimeters away from them all, one mistake to where your right rear climbs it, and your race might be over.
I hate the cushion update, but I think USA is definitely my favorite track that the cushion's on. It from my past few races with the cushion, it's been mostly in DSRL, where they reset the track after every session, and it seems like the cushion's a lot bumpier and just nastier than this one was, where it was just naturally carried through the whole time. So this one was a fair bit easier than DSRL. The DSRL one, you kind of had to lift most of the way through the corner, but this one, you didn't really have to lift. You just had to take the right line going into the corner.
Well, you find victory lane yet again in your career, so well done on picking up the checkered flag here this evening. But look, no doubt, I'm sure there's plenty of people you want to thank.
Yeah, Brett, I just want to thank you and Ultimate Dirt TV for being such an awesome supporter of me and Black Diamond Motorsports. We had a bit of a rough night. First race, I think Nathan got taken out and Trevor was stuck in the fence in turn 4. I don't know how that happened. But, hey, another one for Black Diamond, and we're going to go in the second race and hopefully dominate again.
All right, there you have it. John Batista comes away with the win here in race number 1. Well, that concludes the first of 2 races here this evening. We got another race to come up after this one. In fact, we should be live probably right about now, actually. So, right, we're going to shut this stream off and we're going to get back into race number 2. So stick around on Ultimate Dirt TV. A new stream, new video will be going up for race number 2. You're watching the Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards 360 Wing Sprint Car Series live from USA. We'll take a break and be back in a moment.